At around 9 p.m. yesterday, Springfield police officers seized an illegal firearm and arrested a 16-year-old juvenile in connection with a traffic stop on Walnut Street. We're told before the stop, officers noticed a car driving with a defective head and tail light. And officers conducted a traffic stop and saw that the juvenile in the back seat of the car had an illegal firearm in his waistband. The juvenile was placed under arrest and the driver and other occupants were released. The juvenile's name, specific charges, and booking photo will not be released due to his age.